Now, I'm sure you've heard of terms like forced hatch or 3D touch floating around the internet lately. But aside from their apparent affliction with the most controversially loved or hated fruit in the tech world, what do these terms really mean? Is 3D touch just a cool hologram that projects from your phone? Is forced touch just a way to channel your inner Jedi when you're using your phone? Sadly, no. These terms refer to the capacitive touchscreens that are capable of reading how hard you press on them. And while that might not sound like a big deal, it could change a lot about the way we interact with our touchscreen devices in the future. So, how do they work then? Well, there are so many different manufacturers starting to patent their own devices that there isn't really an industry standard method yet. But in case of Apple devices, there's a grid of special capacitive sensors and strain gauges placed behind the screen backlight that measure microscopic changes in distance between the cover glass and the backlight itself. So when you press harder on the screen, the distance between the glass and the backlight is shorter, resulting in force input. 3D touch is even capable of reading multiple levels of pressure, allowing for more interface options like the ones we see in the iPhone 6s. Force touch, however, is only capable of detecting a single level of pressure and is better suited for devices like Apple Watch, which can benefit from additional interface options but might not have the room for extra hardware and thickness necessary for 3D touch. So the concept itself seems pretty straightforward. You press on the screen and the device recognizes where and how hard, but what puts the feature into practice is the software designed around it. Most of the current users of 3D touch revolve around shortcuts and convenience. For example, you can press on the Twitter app harder to be able to immediately start typing your tweet without having to navigate through the app itself. Or you could press on a preview of a picture or attachment and it would show you without fully opening it or leaving your current application. This is essentially like having a right click or middle click option and more different ways of clicking on even devices that would normally have such small screens that they wouldn't have enough navigation buttons to be able to put in all of that functionality. Now, at the moment, this technology is not available on that many devices. But what does the future hold for those of us who aren't a fan of the fruit? Will pressure sensitive screens become the new standard in the near future? At this point, it's impossible to be 100% sure. This new tech has opened many possibilities for the way we interact with our devices. But one could argue that these changes add another level of complexity and more room for accident input, especially in bumpy situations where you might not have. That being said though, 3D Touch and Force Touch are opening many doors for third-party app developers to expand existing apps or develop new ones. And for Android brothers, Sympatix promises to bring what they call Clear Touch, their own take on pressure-sensitive screens, to several unmanned Android flagship phones in early 2016. It is unclear at this time what Clear Force will enable in terms of functionality, but I am hoping for new ways to interact with mobile games and ways to type in all caps when you are super mad. Which I guess brings to the part of the video where I normally would close with a cheesy pun. But for this one, I realized that I just have to push a little harder to find a good one. Speaking of pushing things, push yourself forward and hit that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe.